guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we will be duping the new Natasha Denona Glam face palette. I actually really considered buying the palette, but the shipping time takes quite a while, and after that I was thinking, do I really need that palette? Because I do have quite a few of the similar colors already in my collection. So today I will be using some colors that I have already owned and do a dupe on that palette. So I will insert a picture of her Glam Face palette in the shade Light over here. That is the palette that is more suitable for my skin tone. So over here I have the Viseart Petite 4 Pro. This is in the color Chocolate, and I will actually be taking this color followed by this color as the first two colors of the dupe. So let me just quickly swatch the colors. So I find that this shade really looks like the first color in her palette, and next I will be taking this color beside it. So this is a matte color that you can put on your crease. And then next, we have a darker shade of matte brown. And for that, I will be dipping into my Glam palette. So I will actually use the color Blend, which I have already depotted in my mini palette. So this is the color. And then for the next shade, I will be dipping into my mini retro palette. I find that this color is very similar to the shade in her Glam Face palette. So this is the color. And lastly, for the darker matte brown, I will be dipping into the color here, Smoke, which I have depotted in my mini palette. So this is the color over here, Smoke. So these are the 5 colors that we have for the eyeshadow. Now for the blush and highlight, I actually have a Tarte palette over here. This is the Cheeky Playmate palette. I really like the quality of this palette. And what's even better, it comes with a bronzer. So the Natasha Denona Glam Face palette does not actually have a bronzer inside. So I do not find that it is so convenient, because if I were to travel with that palette, I need to bring a separate bronzer. So I think the colors are not exactly the same, but I'm just going to quickly swatch the blush color. So you can see how the blush actually looks like. So it's a pinky, a little bit powdery kind of blush, but I actually really like the palette. So this is the blush shade, and this is the highlight shade. So you can see a sheen to that highlight, and I'm just going to quickly go into the bronzer color. This bronzer is quite beautiful. I really like the formula of this Tarte palette. I think I have put the bronzer and the highlighter together. So let me just quickly swatch the bronzer color again. So this is the bronzer color. And let me just quickly swatch that highlighter color again, because I have accidentally mixed the colors a bit. So you can see this is the highlighter color. So my final thoughts is, I actually do not need that Natasha Denona Glam face palette, because if I were to bring it to travel, the palette itself is quite heavy and I will be very scared if the shadows shattered inside because it's an expensive palette. Instead, what I will do is I will bring this little palette over here that contains highlight, blush and bronzer, and I will also bring my Petite Four palette, or I can just dip out a few shadows out of the Glam face palette and bring it together with this, or just a few shadows from my Glam eyeshadow palette. Isn't that more easy to travel with? And you wouldn't be so scared of breakage as well, and it's relatively smaller compared to the Glam face palette. So that's it for my dupe for today. Hope you like it. Do like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye guys!